5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
Hello and welcome to, finally, a new Thunderbird 2 video. Brand new parts, not parts we've seen in the trial, completely brand new parts, and I cannot wait to get started. I cannot wait to add to the parts of Thunderbird 2, which I've had now, bear in mind, about 5 months I've had these, 6 months. Longer. Yeah, it's been a long time, so I'm very excited, as you can tell. I'm going to try and calm it down for the rest of the video. But yeah, issues 5 and 6, you'll see that, as you can look at issue 5, the bag in issue 5, that DeAgostini haven't rebranded this at all. They are just using the parts that were available in Japan. You can tell that from all the Japanese writing. So if you didn't know that this build was originally made in Japan, and you're just getting this for the first time, I reckon you'd be pretty confused by the packaging of issue 5. It's just something that caught my eye. I thought it was quite funny. And if you are confused, hopefully you've come across this video. Woohoo! And for those of you who have joined this video based on that, it's because this build was made in Japan first, and then it's come over to the UK. There we go. Really simple. You probably could have worked that out yourself. So, without further ado, I'm going to stop waffling. Let's look at the next parts of this Thunderbird 2 build. Okay, so here we have the parts for the next pod vehicle. The next pod vehicle, of course, being the recovery vehicle from episode 2, Pit of Peril. I really like how we seem to be doing the pod vehicles in order. The first pod vehicle was the elevator car from episode 1, and this one is the recovery vehicle from episode 2. I just realised that Thunderbird 4 is in the middle of that, so they're not really going in order. But hey ho. So the first parts you'll need are these parts here, which make up the wheels of the recovery vehicle. You'll notice that they come on sprues, and that we have a cogged wheel there, and then 3 regular wheels. And the wheels come in 2 parts. So I'm just going to take the parts off the sprue, and this is what they look like when they are off the sprue. Lots of different parts to really get our teeth into here. So the first thing you need to do is isolate the cog ones. So we have this cog piece here with this little silver kind of attachment part, and the complementing side is this part here. You'll see that there's a little tab, 2 little tabs, one there and one there. And then we've got 2 holes there, and they just angle in together, and they go like that. So they have a little ridge in the middle, and one side is the outer side, and then the other side is for the axle. And I'll just show you how that looks with the regular circle ones, or in fact one's already kind of attached itself together, which is pretty cool. Yeah, just looks like that, just without the cog parts. More cylindrical. So I'm just gonna also I just want to say you have to glue these parts down. Just put a little dab of glue onto that part and then push that on there to secure it. So I'm just going to go and do that now. And when they're all done and the glue is all set on them, they will look something like this, or they'll look exactly like this. Yeah, I really like the fact that you get 2 parts to make a 1 wheel. I think that's quite clever. So moving on to the next stage, you'll need these axle parts here. There's 4 of these, obviously, for each of the wheels. And of course, you'll need the main kind of bulk here to attach the wheels on. Now, the cogged wheels go at the back of the recovery vehicle, which I think is this way. It is. Okay, just had to check the instructions. So what you need to do is you need to just get one of these axles and just pop it into the hole here. I'm going to use the table to push it down so that all the pattern parts disappears, you see. So we've got kind of like the thinner part here, and it's patterned. That disappears right inside the wheel. and then you just pop it through the back hole here, thread it through so it's loose there. Then you get the next cogged wheel, just push it together so that there is no seam between that part and that part there, so there's still a little bit of a gap. Push. There we go. There is a slight one, it has got some slight wobble, but that's okay. That is in as far as it can go. And we just repeat the process with all the other wheels. And when they're all done, they will look like that. Looking very nice indeed. A little bit naked though, because there is still one more thing that we need to do to these wheels, and that is attach the tread. So what you do is you just put it over the axle part, making sure that the thread goes in between the axle teeth, and then pull it over the rest of the wheels like that. And you'll see that's what it looks like when that's all done. Turn it around and do the same on this side. Just thread it through there like that, and then it should roll relatively well like that, which it does. The instructions say don't let the kind of teeth parts go over the wheel like this, but it's inevitable. I find that, you know, both these sides the teeth go over, and I think it is like that in the show. That clip confirming or denying it. But yeah, so that is what the wheels look like when they are all done, and that is the end of the pod vehicle section for this video. So keep this safe until then, because now we're going to be looking at the new parts for Thunderbird 2.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go. Thunderbirds are go. Go, Thunderbirds.
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Thunderbirds, go!
Hey, can we turn that music down a bit?
Oops, wrong button. What now?
Now we
Hit the hut.
Get a Thunderbird's cup, a kid's soft drink, and a kid's cheese and tomato pizza for $2.99.
Yes, John?
Hey guys, you haven't forgotten about me, have you?
Coming right up.
For a Thunderbird's meal,
Hit the hut.
Okay, so the first parts for Thunderbird 2 are these parts here, which have got absolutely nothing to do with the finished model. This is just a tester kit so that we can test all the lights and all the functions of the Thunderbird 2 as the build goes on. There is a separate battery box that will come at a later stage that will attach to the main body of the machine. I've already fixed or input or put in, stop being fancy. I've already put in batteries into it, and what you need to do is you just need to plug it into Con 1 here. They are labeled, just pop that in there, and then that is good to go to test all of the, like I say, lights and functions of Thunderbird 2. Now it does come with a little sticky pad, which I have momentarily misplaced, but I will find that at a later date, or you can just stick it down with regular glue. But yeah, you do affix it onto there like that so that you don't lose this part and you keep it all together. So bringing in the part we're going to test, which is the cockpit light. You'll see, you know, all the missiles are still intact, and you'll be pleased to know that I have taken out the wire because I did get it caught up in one of these screws here, but I have freed it from its prison. And what you do is you just get the wire here and you just pop it into any one of the spare holes in this test kit. So just pop it in this one there like that. Turn it on. Oh, hold on, I couldn't see that at all. Swing it around there and let's turn it on. There we go. A very nice soft light actually. Not as bright as I thought it was going to be, which I like. Especially when you look at it downwards, you can really see all the details pop, which is really quite nice. And you see the chair there. Actually, if you angle it this way, I'll zoom out a bit, it does get very bright there. But yeah, if you angle it this way, very nice. It shows up the machinery very well. Ever so slightly. It makes it look like it's alive. So yeah, so that is the cockpit all lit up. Very nice detail. And I'm sure I'm going to be using it in full force when the model is all finished. But moving on now to the bottom part of the nose cone of Thunderbird 2, which you can see here. And I have put down this soft bedding as well, because we are going to be screwing into the bottom half, and I've got a new bottom nose cone, so the scratches have gone and I don't want to re-add them basically. So what you need to do is you need to get the windowed parts that we looked at last time and make sure you put them in the right way. So, oh crikey, hold on. Oh, they do have letters on them. So yeah, R goes in there like that for right, and then L for left there. Ta-da! And then you attach them in place with these parts here. Again, you got an L there for left and an R there for right, and they will just place on there like that. So I'm just going to attach them now. And when it's all done, it will look like that. And it holds those window parts in place. Something I don't understand about the concept of this model is that these parts are see-through to kind of let light shine through, and then we have to fix them in with something that blocks all the light. Doesn't really make sense to me, but you know, at least they are secure now. And it's, you know, it's not a feature that I'm going to end up desperately missing, so not the end of the world. Really like the fact that this doesn't have scratches on. Very happy with that. So yeah, that is what the bottom of the nose cone looks like. Moving on again, I'm kind of doing it in a weird order because those were the parts that we got in issue 5, and now we're moving on to the part we get, or the part we get in issue 6, which is this part here, which it needs to attach to the top of the nose cone. But yeah, it's the iconic yellow line here. And it just very simply attaches into these 4 holes here, like this. So we've got the 4 tabs, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, which go over the top there, and then we just screw them in there with the same kind of screws. When it's done, it will look like that. Really, really nice. Yeah, I love how it's seamless, and even the greens match, which is nice. Seamless, and there's, you know, you can tell there's no lip or anything, and when the cover's covered up, yeah, gorgeous. Really like it. It's so nice after kind of all this time since the trial to have new parts. I think I mentioned that at the start of this video, but yeah. Looking very nice indeed. Let me just get rid of this bedding and bring in all the parts that we have done in these issues. And yeah, looking really nice. Like I say, really nice to have new parts. Look at it. Just look at it. Brilliant. And I'm glad that I've got some more parts to kind of delve into straight away. But for you guys, you're going to have to wait till next week, I'm afraid, for the next part of the Thunderbird 2 build. So until then, guys, take care, FAB, and bye-bye.